Hi, Micaela. So nice to meet you. You look wonderful. I love your dress. Can you give us a brief introduction to the Penguin lessons? What can people expect coming into this movie?
Oh, you should expect just a heart-melting, beautiful story. Very familiar, by the way, but like it's a true story, and it's such a sweet story. So I'm sure you're gonna love it.
Yeah. And it's one of those stories that does seem stranger than fiction. And I love how it sort of balances these elements of tragedy. Obviously, there's the backdrop of the political unrest in Argentina at the time. But ultimately, it's very uplifting. What did you first think when you read the script?
Well, when I read the script, I thought a lot about the whole Argentinian political moment because it was the most hard moment you can ever imagine for just millions of people. I was kind of intrigued to see how a personal story, Tom's story, and this whole other story could work together. And they actually do. So it's very, very nice.
And your character, tell us a bit about how she fits into the story and how did you kind of relate to her or connect with her?
Yeah, well, my character, her name is Karina, and she meets Tom. And basically, Tom just wants to, conquer her. He wants to seduce her, And they have a very beautiful story, like very friendly, very funny. They had such a lovely time, but suddenly they find the penguins. So that's an aha moment. And I relate with Karina in the sense of while everything is happening, she is realizing what she already has in her life. It's actually fantastic.
She's an absolute sort of like, she's got so much electricity about her, and the chemistry between you and Steve is phenomenal on set. What was it like working alongside him on those scenes?
It was very fun. I loved working with him, and he was the kindest actor ever to work with. I was actually having a very strong cough, and he was so kind to me. Seriously, I will never forget that.
And not to be superficial, but you've got an incredible outfit and look in the film as well. What was it like almost kind of getting into those costumes, getting into the era, the dancing? I mean, that must be part of the fun too.
Oh, yes. I love my dress. It's made by The Second Skin. They're Spanish designers, and they're amazing. I love them. So, of course, I just send them an email and say, hey, guys, I need a dress. Here they are with me.
And even the element of the penguin, I mean, obviously it's just very cute in the film and, it's something that's going to draw people in, but it's also kind of a metaphor in a way. It's something that brings people together. It makes Tom sort of soften in his attitude towards life. So, what do you think the role, the character of the penguin plays in the story?
Well, I think the penguin is the way a person discovers himself. And I think we all can relate to that, basically. I think we all go through circumstances or experiences and we learn from ourselves. In this case, for Tom, it was with a penguin, and he wasn't expecting that, and I think that's fantastic.
And ultimately, what do you hope people will go out the cinema thinking, feeling? As we said, despite it having sort of some tragic elements to it, there is something really uplifting about it, and that desire to connect with people that might be different from you and not be sort of switched off from the world around you.
I think a nice thing to say about this movie and what people could expect also is even in very hard moments, there's also a tiny bit of hope. I don't even need to explain what was happening back then, especially for Argentina, of course. 30,000 missing people. But I think that's the nice thing about this story. Like even in the darkest moment, sometimes nice things are happening at the same time. And don't get me wrong, when the pain is dark, nothing can just erase that. This is a story about Tom and making a fantastic friend, which in this case is a penguin. That's it.
And very quickly, what's next for you?
Well, I'm actually in Madrid. Yes, I live in Madrid. I have a few projects there, and I cannot tell much about it, but I'm in Madrid basically. Yes, but I'm coming to London every now and then for visits. I have family here, so yeah, maybe we see each other around. I don't know.
Muchas gracias. Encantada. Enjoy the evening. Thank you.